Welcome everyone to Checkpoint. I'm glad to have you here today. Alright, it's your host, Pastor Mrs. Ifoma Eze, and today I'll be bringing you a very interesting topic. But meanwhile, I want to thank you for your likes, for your shares, for your comments, for the questions you ask. And because of all you do, this checkpoint is going so far and wider. And for that, we want to say thank you so much. Keep liking, keep commenting, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel. All right? So we want to thank you for all you do, and we appreciate you greatly. So today we're going to dive into a very important topic. Stay tuned. Now today I'll be speaking on how to avoid unusual pressure in life. How to avoid unusual pressure in life. You see, many nice things have really come out from pressure, because pressure is good to an extent. All right, because without pressure, how do we have our beautiful babies? All right, without pressure, how would glass come out so beautiful? Without pressure, how would our gold come out all shiny and all glorious? And without pressure, how would a book be processed from trees? But you see, pressure is good in such areas because they are able to birth new things and birth lovely things and bring out nice things. But then, pressure also has its own negative effects, and that includes it can negatively affect our health, it can demotivate us, and it can even make us unhappy and scared about life. So, but pressure has its negative parts, especially when it negatively affects our health, when it demotivates us, or when it makes us unhappy and so scared then it becomes very unhealthy and unnecessary. And honestly, you can't self-sabotage. You can't self-sabotage or come to a point where you're self-imposing pressure in your life. You don't need it. You don't need that form of pressure. All right, so don't self-sabotage or self-impose pressure on your life, because this is not good for you at all. All right, you need to realize that you might be making it harder on yourself by putting pressure on yourself unnecessarily. And how do we avoid these kinds of pressure? I'm going to be showing you how to avoid these kinds of pressure that are not good for your life, that have ability to stop you or to self-sabotage you. All right, so let's delve deep into it. How do we avoid unusual pressure? Now that you know that some pressure is good and some pressure is absolutely not necessary, we're talking about the pressure that is absolutely not necessary. How do you avoid them? Number one, you have to stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to be perfect. See, it is true that we are working towards perfection, but you are not perfect, and no one is. All right, so allow yourself to make mistakes. Allow yourself to fail, because failure is just a foundation for your success in life. Failure is just a stepping stone for you to step up in life. So stop trying to be perfect all the time. You know, you must talk perfect, you must speak perfect, you must walk perfect, you must dress perfect. There is ultimately no perfection. As a matter of fact, in our diversity, that is where our beauty lies. So it's important that we allow ourselves to be ourselves, okay? Allow yourself to be you. Be you. Be the you that God created it to be. Allow yourself to just make mistakes and stand up again. Allow yourself to express yourself the way you understand. You are not trying to be like anybody. You can't, as a matter of fact, be like anybody. You are uniquely you. So blossom in your uniqueness. Become the best version of yourself. All right, and don't try to be the best version of anybody out there, or anybody in the picture, or anybody on the billboards, or anybody on your television set. They are not perfect. If you get close to them, you discover that their life itself is not perfect. So they are working towards perfection. We all are working towards perfection, but allow yourself to be how God created you to be, all right, while working to become a better version of yourself. What I'm trying to say is that there's no pressure. Don't put any pressure on yourself. You must not talk right all the time. Even as a preacher, as a speaker, it's not every time I say the things that say the things I want to say the way I want to say them. All right, so it's important that you know that you are not under any form of pressure to become like anybody. Bless the world with your uniqueness. Become the best version of you. You are good the way you are. You are beautiful the way you are. All you can do is just improve on them, because the only room where there is space is called the room for improvement. Go there, improve yourself, keep improving yourself, keep working on yourself, but don't put yourself under the pressure to be perfect. All right? Yeah. So number two way to avoid unnecessary pressure in your life is that you have to be positive in thinking. You have to be positive in thinking. A lot of us have a lot of negative thoughts, and because of that negativity, you're always thinking, oh, this didn't happen to me, oh, that didn't happen to me, oh, this one is leaving me, oh, that one. See, there is already enough negativity here on earth. All you can do for yourself is to put in a fresh dose of positivity into your life. Be optimistic. Don't live in pessimism. Be optimistic. Think of a better tomorrow. Dream of a better tomorrow. Talk about a better tomorrow. Because whatever you say comes to stay. You cannot afford to keep thinking negatively and expect a positive outcome in life. You cannot afford to keep thinking bad things and then expect good things to happen in your life. It just doesn't work like that. Relieve yourself of that pressure and begin to focus your mind on things that are positive. The Bible says, whatsoever things that is good, whatsoever things that are godly, whatever things that are positive, keep thinking on these things, because your attitude will determine your altitude in life. It's important that you keep thinking positive thoughts. Norman Vincent Peale wrote many years ago, The Power of Positive Thinking. And he believes that, and we all believe, that if you think well, you live well. If you think right, you live right. If you think positive, you see positive things happen in your life. I know that certain negative things have happened that you do not budget for, that you do not plan for, that you do not envisage. All right, but then, and you might be saying, "Oh, I was doing all the positive things," but keep doing it. It won't get better if you leave them. It won't get better if you stop doing thinking positively. So keep thinking positively. Realign your thoughts to fit into where you want to be. Realign your words to fit into where you want to go to. If you want to go up, stop talking down. All right. If you want to go high, stop talking low. If you want to become the best version of yourself, please stop using your mouth or your thoughts to bring yourself, because that is proper self-sabotage. All right. So you have to get better by thinking better. All right. Number 3 way to avoid pressure is that you have to learn to forgive those who have hurt you. Hurt is in life. There are many hurts in life. People get hurt. I've been hurt so many times. But you have to come to a point where you have to learn to forgive those who have hurt you. People will hurt you. And in case you are there, you've not been hurt and you're saying, "Oh, I'm all goody-goody, no problems. I've not had any problem with anybody. I've not hurt anybody as a matter of fact, and therefore nobody will hurt me." That's a lie. Okay? That is a lie, because if you've not been hurt, soon, very, very soon, you will receive your own good portion of being hurt. But when you're hurt, that is not the problem. It is what is the problem is how you react to being hurt. We always say that life is 1% what happens to you and 99% what you do about what happened to you. So please, you will be hurt. But when you're hurt, what do? Learn to forgive. Learn to let go. Because if you put all of that hurt in your heart, and when you see the person, you come under pressure, you become unhappy, you become envious. "Oh, why should this person smile after hurting me? Oh, why should this person blossom after hurting me? Oh, why should this person get married after hurting me?" No. You cannot afford to allow that into your life. They will occupy space for positivity. They will occupy space for your increase. They will occupy space for your next level. You can't allow yourself to have something within you that is limiting you and drawing you back. My husband would always say it in a very funny way. He said that unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting another person to die. And it's usually funny when I hear it, but that's the truth. You can't afford to live a life of unforgiveness. Forgive that person that hurt you. Forgive that person that betrayed you. All right? Forgive that person that usurped that belonged to you or took away stuff from you. Forgive them. If you forgive them and let go, you have free space to be able to soar higher, much higher than them. All right, so that's another way to avoid pressure. All right, number 4 way to avoid pressure is that you don't compare yourself to others. Don't compare yourself to others. The Bible says that they that compare themselves to others, they are not wise. Don't compare yourself to anybody. You are uniquely different. You are gifted the way you are. You are anointed for a time like this. You are a trailblazer. You are a pathfinder. And it doesn't matter what any other person says. It doesn't matter what other people around you say. The opinion of people in your life, around your life, in your family, it doesn't count. What counts is what you say to yourself. Because if you believe that you can, yes, you are right. And if you believe that you can't, you are also right. It all depends on you. So don't compare yourself to anybody. You are better than they think you are. You are smarter than they think you are. You are more intelligent than they think you are. And then you are getting to a height that they never envisaged. All people will say is just their opinion, and their opinion does not count. They can't describe your future. They can't describe who you are. They can't describe where you're going to, because only you in your mind I have gotten to where God has proposed for you. So please don't compare yourself with anybody. That person might be in their own time zone and you are your own time zone. Our time zones in life are different. We have different time zones, and please don't envy someone because you don't know how short their life is or how long their life is. Alright, so focus on your own life. Focus on your own timing. My husband would always say, don't look at the calendar, look at the commander. What matters is if God is on your side. That is all that matters. So please do not compare yourself with others. If you compare yourself with others, you are not wise, you are not smart, you are not intelligent, because you do not understand that God has loaded a lot of virtues, a lot of giftings, a lot of potentials inside of you for a particular season. Okay, I know people might begin to mock you and laugh at you because of where you are. Please ignore them. They are called the naysayers and they are called the mockers. And one thing about them is that at the end, when God has remembered you, at the end, when God has blessed you, you will turn around, and then when they see your blessings, they will come to you and ask you, what is the way? Show us the way. Show us how you were able to make it. So please don't compare yourself with anybody. You are different. You are unique. There is no other speck of you. You are a limited edition. So no matter what happens, look at yourself and remind yourself that you are God's masterpiece. There is no other person like you. Anyone taller than you, oh, is too tall for comfort. Anyone shorter than you is too short for comfort. Anyone fatter than you is too fat for comfort. Anyone who is thinner than you is too thin for comfort. You are original. There is no photocopy of you. You are a masterpiece. Just look at yourself, believe it in your heart. And when you believe it, you won't have any reason to compare, because the truth of the matter, that person might be an expert in what that person is doing, but there is something that you are doing that that person will never be able to dream to do, because it has been given to you. You are the one who is gifted to do it. And then your world is waiting for you to express that giftedness. Alright, so number 5 thing you have to do in order to avoid the pressure, that the unnecessary pressure in your life, is that you need to have a solid support system or a solid support team in your life. See, there are people who believe in you. They may not look flashy, they may not look like the people you want to relate with, but there are people who will go all out for you. Please locate them and make sure that they are part of your support system. There are people who will sing your song. There are people who will dance to any beat you produce. There are people who will read any book you write. There are people who will stand for you and stand with you no matter what is happening in your life. Please make sure that those people in your life, they are invaluable. You cannot afford to do anything to chase them away. Make sure they are part of your support system. When the world beats you hard, you run back to them and they tell you, you are our champion, you are capable, you are gifted for this, we are waiting for your manifestation, and then you rush out back to the world and try to make a difference. There is your support system. I have my support system and they are solidly with me. They are the ones who encourage me. They are the ones who fan my flame. They are the ones who tell me that I can reach not just for the stars but for the sun. They are the ones who tell me that the limits that exist in my life only exist in the realm of my imagination, that it is not real. So please locate your support system. They are the ones who will encourage you, who will clap for you, who will dance for you, who will rejoice with you, who will be there in your life no matter what is happening. So please make sure that your support system is intact. Nobody can choose your support system for you, but when you look around your life very closely, when you look inwardly, you'll be able to discover the set of people. They may not look popular, they may not look so sophisticated or packaged, but they are there for you. For some is their mother, for some is their father, for some is their spouse, for some is their sibling. But whatever it is, make sure that they are a consistent part of your life. For others, it is a friend. The Bible says there's a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. For some, it is a stranger you just met. But what is most important is that you have the support system in your life and around you, and it will help you a lot. So number 6 way to avoid unusual pressure in your life is that you have to celebrate little wins. Celebrate little wins. Okay, we need to celebrate little wins, alright? It may not look like where you wanted to get to. It may not look like the certificate you wanted. It may not look like the job you wanted. It may not look like the design that you wanted to achieve. It may not look like the money you wanted to have. But celebrate little wins. Dance about them. Laugh about them. Juggle, alright? Just be happy, alright? Get excited and celebrate those little wins, because little wins all account together. A sum total of your little wins accounts for a larger win. So please celebrate the little wins in your life. That little certificate you got, celebrate it. That little kg you lost in your weight loss plan, celebrate it. That little recipe you were able to make, celebrate it. That little book and pamphlet you were able to write, even though you wanted to write a 200-page book, but you succeeded in writing a 50-page pamphlet, celebrate it. Because when you celebrate your little wins, bigger wins come. Alright, encourage yourself. Tell yourself, I know I have not gotten to where I want to get to, but certainly I'm no longer where I used to be. I have stepped further. I have moved forward. I have advanced. Alright, you may not have gotten to where you want to get to, but one thing is sure, you will certainly get there if you learn how to celebrate your little steps. Have you considered a baby that is about to learn how to walk? The baby walks just one step and the other step. Everybody hails the baby, claps for the baby. The baby gets excited. You know why the baby gets excited? There is celebration for the little ones that he or she has done, and then the baby wants to do more. The baby wants to work more, to get more claps, to get more celebration, and that is how it is in our life. When you take that little one step, celebrate yourself. All right, you wanted to build a company, you just got a land, celebrate yourself. You wanted to write a book, you wrote a page, celebrate yourself. Celebrate your little wins in life. See, nobody might come to sound your alarm or sound your trumpet or sing your song. You sing your song. You blow your trumpet. You dance your dance. You celebrate yourself. Okay? Nobody might do this for you, but you can do it for yourself. Celebrate your little wins. Encourage yourself. Get excited. Applaud yourself and keep moving, because you can't afford to stop there. That I said you should celebrate your little wins does not mean that you should just stop there. Keep pushing yourself, but avoid unusual pressure. Is that okay? Alright, number 7, way to avoid unusual pressure, unnecessary pressure in your life, is that you have to pause to take care of yourself. Pause to take care of yourself. You need to take care of yourself physically, you need to take care of yourself emotionally, you need to take care of yourself spiritually. Come to that point where you pause to take care of yourself. I know a lot of people are in the rat race, the race to succeed, the race to become the first, the race to become empowered, but please, pause a little and take care of yourself. If you want to swim, go and swim. Heavens won't fall. Alright, the world won't stop. Nothing is going to change. Your target won't be lost if you pause a little to take care of yourself. Look after yourself, alright? Pamper yourself a little. Go to a spa. Well, after the corona season, okay? But just take good care of yourself. Make your hair, make your nails, take care of your body, do that pedicure, do that manicure, pamper yourself a little, alright? That's for the physical, taking care of yourself. For the emotional, please look at yourself again, reevaluate your emotional intelligence, make sure you are okay, make sure you are self-aware, make sure you appreciate who you are, where you are, where you're getting to. Make sure you appreciate others around you who are making effort to cheer you up, to make you happy, to be there for you. Alright, appreciate even those who have different opinions from you. So take care of yourself physically, emotionally, and most importantly, spiritually. Alright, understand that we are the spirit and that we have a duration for our stay here, and it is important that you also pause to take care of your spirituality, because your spirituality is your energy source. It is that thing that propels you from within. If you do not take care of your spirituality, a time comes when you get tired, you get wearied, and you get exhausted. What keeps you going is your the spiritual fire on your inside. For us, God is our own spiritual fire. I don't know where you get yours from, but I want to recommend that you follow God, that you serve God. Because when you serve Him, what happens is that He's able to rekindle your passion. He's able to reignite that fire inside of you. There is a vacuum in every human being that only God can fill. And when God fills that vacuum within you, you become strengthened, you become encouraged. You don't count your words. When you speak with unusual utterance, because there is a fire, there is an inspiration within you. The Bible says that there's an inspiration in man, but the Spirit of the Almighty giveth him understanding. Alright, so it's important that you pause a little, take care of yourself physically, take care of yourself emotionally, take care of yourself spiritually. Alright, dip yourself in that water, go for the spa, go for the sauna, hot bath, whatever it is you need to do to be able to revive yourself. Okay, have some me time, a time where you're able to allow your creative juices to be able to pour out. Because when you are stressed, when you're under pressure, no creative juices emanate from you, but you need to relax, rest. And that's what this season has been for me. The lockdown season, I've been able to pause and really take good care of myself. So please, I'd like to encourage you to do the same for yourself, because it's going to help you relieve any pressure and avoid possible pressures, all right, especially the unnecessary pressure. Number 8 thing you need to do about to avoid unnecessary pressure is that you have to appreciate how far you have come. Appreciate how far you have come. Many of us don't appreciate how far we have come. We always look at where we are not yet, where we haven't gotten to. Look at our mates. Look at how far they've gone. Look at where at this age I'm supposed to be here. At this age I'm supposed to be there. By virtue of all the things I've done, I'm supposed to... Oh, calm down. Appreciate how far you have come. There are people who are wiser than you that haven't gotten to where you have gotten to. There are people who are smarter than you that haven't gotten to where you have gotten to. There are people who are your age mates who haven't gotten to where you have gotten to. You may be worried about that your children have not entered into secondary school. But listen to me, there is your marriage. What do you have to say about that? And there's your age mate who has married and has not been able to give birth to a child. So please appreciate how far you have come. Appreciate how far you have come in your career. Appreciate how far you have come in your business. At least you started the business. There are some people around you who are yet to start, whose business are still in the realm of their imagination. They haven't started yet, but you have started. So stop complaining. Appreciate how far you've come. Because when you think you can thank, when you are able to sit down, appreciate how far you have come, then you can be grateful. You can appreciate, and when you are grateful, your tank will be full. We commonly say in our church and in our ministry that when you are thankful, you will have a full tank. So please come to that point where you appreciate how far you have come, because it will help you, it will give you a fresh perspective to be able to know how far you can go, and you'll be able to appreciate the journey along the way. Alright, so number 9 thing you have to do in order to avoid unnecessary pressure in your life is that you have to forgive yourself of your past mistakes. Forgive yourself of your past mistakes. I know you have made mistakes. In the past. I know you have done some things wrong in the past. It's okay. You are not the only one. People have made mistakes, worse mistakes than you, and they were able to bring themselves out from it. So please forgive yourself for the mistakes of your past. You are not the only one who has made a mistake. Others have made a mistake, and they were able to turn their mess into a message. They were able to turn their mistake into a miracle. You can do the same. Forgive yourself for your mistakes. Your mistakes were not meant to stop you. Your mistakes were not meant to limit you. Your mistakes were not meant to end your life. The fact that you made a mistake does not mean that your life has to come to an end. Alright? Like I said, people have made worse mistakes than you did, but they were able to walk themselves out of it. You can walk yourself out of it. Avoid that pressure. As long as you're still alive, after that mistake, there is still a future for you. You can still make things right. You can still correct your errors. And the ones that cannot be corrected, you can still make something good out of them. Alright? So forgive yourself. I don't know, somebody, I sense somebody is here and the person is feeling very, very unhappy. You are blaming yourself for everything. Stop blaming yourself. Okay? Forgive yourself of your mistakes. If God has forgiven you, that is all that matters. If the people you offended have forgiven you, that is all that matters. It doesn't end there. Alright? So your life doesn't end there. Your story does not end there. After your mistake, your miracle will come. After your mistake, your testimony will come. After your mistake, your manifestation will come. So your story does not end here. Keep pushing yourself, keep getting better, and please avoid unnecessary pressure. Alright, so number 10 way for you to avoid unnecessary pressure in your life is that you have to work hard at your own pace and at your own capacity. Work hard, but at your own pace and at your own capacity. Don't put upon yourself something you cannot carry. Work hard, but at your pace and at your own capacity. See, I abhor laziness. I hate laziness with a passion. I'm a workaholic, but I don't expect everybody to be a workaholic, okay? So what I ask you to do, the least I can ask you to do is to work hard. Because when you work hard, you start before great men. You start before great women. When you work hard, diligence pays. Alright? One day it will speak for you, but please make sure you are doing it at your own pace. Don't stress your life, don't stress your health, don't stress the people around you. Work at your own pace and work at your own capacity. I always believe people are made for more. Push yourself outside your comfort zone. Push yourself outside your comfortable zone. But most importantly, do not push yourself outside your capacity to do anything. Don't carry upon yourself something that you don't have capacity for. So work hard and work hard again. But please do that at your pace. Don't let anybody pressure you into becoming who you are not, or into becoming doing what you cannot do. But I believe that I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me, and you should believe that also. We say you should work at your own pace or work at your own capacity does not in any way give room for laziness. So avoid laziness at all. And avoid or exercise courage. Listen to me. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the ability to push through your fear. It is the ability to walk through your fear. See, most people think that when we talk about courage is roaring, courage is shouting, courage is making a lot of noise. No, sometimes courage involves saying, I didn't do it well today, but I'm going to try again tomorrow, and try again the day after, and do it again and again and again until I get it right. So sometimes courage says that. Sometimes courage is not noisy. Courage is not arrogance. Sometimes courage does not even come with muscles. But courage comes with that confidence that you will get it right at one point, and your willingness to keep trying and trying and trying until you get to your rightful destination. So please exercise courage. Tell yourself that you can. Be courageous, be strong, because the world we are in does not give room for weakness. My father told me when I was a little girl, he said, show no weakness, for the world has no pity. And with that, I have grown to be a strong woman, showing no weakness, even though we do have weakness. The issue is not that we don't have weakness. We have weakness, but we ignore them, we work on them, and then we maximize and utilize our strength. So each and every one of us have weaknesses, but you don't have to show it. You don't have to show that you are weak, alright? Because the world has no pity. Exercise courage. Tell yourself that you can. When you see nobody cheering you up, when you see nobody clapping for you, when you see nobody dancing for you and telling you to keep shooting, please keep shooting at all points. I'll tell you a story. It's the story of a particular man who was deaf. And a king instructed that anyone who is able to pass through a particular delicate pitfall, that person would be able to marry the princess. And now this particular deaf man, when he was now walking through that particular pitfall, there was just a small ledge on top of it. He kept walking little by little by little on that wooden ledge. And as he was walking, a particular crocodile came out from the river and wanted to bite him. And then everybody started shouting, no, 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 you cannot continue. This crocodile is about to eat you. As they were shouting, as they were heading, he just looked at them, and all he saw was their hands moving, and he assumed, because he was deaf, he assumed that everybody was cheering him up to continue. So he continued on that path. Another path came, and a snake came out and called itself around the ledge, and they were shouting, no, you are almost dead, you have to jump out from this place, you're almost dead. And he kept moving. He assumed they were cheering him up, and he kept moving till he got to the finish line, and he was able to marry the princess, the daughter of the king. Now, never mind, this is a story my father told me many years ago, but what it tells us is that you have to exercise courage. If he was able to hear and he listened to all they had to say, probably he would have died, probably he would have quit on this particular journey to achieve. But then, because he could not hear, he was able to achieve. What's the lesson there? The lesson that you have to learn is that sometimes you have to keep yourself deaf to mockers, okay? Deaf to naysayers, deaf to people that tell you that it's not possible, deaf to people who tell you that you are not good enough, deaf to people who tell you that you cannot get to where you want to get to, and behave like this deaf man until you arrive where you want to go to. It is possible. It is possible for you to excel. It is possible for you to get better. It is possible for you to achieve anything you set your heart to. But what is most important is that you have to exercise courage. And finally, number 12 thing you need to do in order to avoid unnecessary pressure is that you have to put your life in God's hands. There is a God who created man. And I don't care what the scientists have said or what their postulations are, but one thing is sure, there is a God who handles the affairs of men. And if you believe in God, then put your life in God's hands. When you put your life in God's hands, He will turn your life around. He knows the way that you take, After he has tested you for a while, you will shine forth as gold. God knows about you. He met Hagar in the wilderness with her only son about to die, and he called out to her, Hagar, I have a plan for your son Ishmael. He will not die, but he will live. You see, God knows you. He knows you by name. He knows what you are capable of doing. He knows there is a future for you. He knows that he can handle your life. He knows that he will lift you up. He knows where you are, and he knows how difficult it is. But because we have a chief priest who has handled our infirmity, who has been where we are, who has experienced what we have experienced, who has been in this world, and he knows how much it hurts us when we don't achieve what we want to achieve, or when we are under unnecessary pressure. But he is able to lead you. He is able to guide you. And when he guides you, there is no regret. When he leads you, there is no regret. When he shows you the way your life gets better, I want to encourage you to put your life in God's hands. And if you're here today, you have not put your life in God's hands, today is a very beautiful day and a perfect day for you to put your life in God's hands. And watch it. When you put your life in God's hands, he will work things out for you. He will help you. Even though that the afflictions of the righteous are many, one thing is sure, he will deliver you from each and every one of them. He will see you through. He will make a way for you. He will make your life beautiful. Put your life in God's hands, and he will relieve the pressure for you. He will help you to walk in your path and achieve excellence and results, and maximize your full potential. And only then will you be truly happy, and every pressure in your life will just ultimately disappear. These are the few thoughts I decided to share with you on how to avoid pressure in your life, because pressure is not good for you, except it is to birth something new and something beautiful. So please, you can pass through pressure to do something great, but please avoid the unnecessary kind of pressure, because it's not right for you. Alright, until we meet again next time, keep making positive impact in the lives of people and on the signs of time. Cheers.